In this talk, I'm going to tell you more about the Book of Inspiration and how we have to uh, handle our own lives. In order to prepare for these talks, I have to do a different kind of research into the book as it is given to man. The book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth has 26 chapters and is of about 29 pages. The Book of Inspiration has 18 chapters and have 11 pages. The Book of Judgment is rather long. It has 39 chapters and 41 pages. And the Book of Discipline has 14 chapters and 11 pages. So what I'm going to talk about is basically only the important things that have been told to us through OSP by the Almighty. To continue with my previous talk on the Book of Inspiration, I was talking about how we get all kinds of thoughts and ideas and how without any conscious effort on our side, just like a light just comes on. Somebody turns on the switch and the light comes on. So who is that somebody? That somebody is that one small voice sitting inside. He switches on the light and the whole chain of events which is recorded in our memory comes into our mind. And for all of us who are properly enameled, we could even see pictures of what had happened not only yesterday or day before, but 20 years ago, 30, 40, 50 years ago. When you talk to some elderly people about some of the things that they have loved and they have enjoyed, we will come to know when they talk about their childhood and how they used to play and what were their fancies. We come to know that this is that one small voice talking, and that one small voice has lighted up the whole path on which that person has lived. So the sudden thoughts and ideas that come to us are directly due to the Creator, who works imperceptibly without our knowing. If we accept His way of working and attribute it correctly to Him, the Creator, that one small voice, we can get more of it. Because then what happens is that the artery or the vein which has been choked or blocked, it opens up. And once it opens up, a circulation starts. That is all we need. It has to keep on, the channel has to be open, only then communication happens. So the channel, it is up to each of us to keep that channel open, to acknowledge it, to recognize it, so that the flow keeps on increasing. This is like any other physical phenomena that we see. If we block it, then say we block a river and we construct a dam. Unless that dam is open, that river will not flow. And if that dam is never opened, that downstream river will be blocked and choked once and for all. We cannot think about an animal that Creator has not created. And whatever we can think of is based on all that is already created, and we have kept on seeing it already created. So our intelligence and our intelligence and imagination have serious limitation. Unless we get into that divine pool, we are left restricted. What I'm saying is like common everyone's knowledge. It is nothing new that I'm saying. If we recognize the pool and then we keep on creating our inspiration out of it and develop our intellectual abilities as well as our imagination, we would be able to um, achieve more. Creator's inspiration makes the bird sing, and his presence teaches the bird to build its own nest. When at appropriate time it will start building its nest. It will not just keep on going on building nests all around, but when it is time, it will do it. So by his presence, one rose is made red and another pink. A lot of researches are being carried out, and I'm sure we cannot grow a pink rose on a plant which is already bearing red roses. Of course, grafting and all these kind of technologies have kept on coming in, which derive its intelligence from the what has been given to us by the Creator. Proof of his presence is in the harmony of the entire creation. And every one being is a person of itself and perfect in its order. We see this in the animal kingdom. All animals are absolutely perfect in their order. What we see as non-perfect are the ones who are kept in captivity or kept as pets, where we take away their independence as well as their intelligence to find food, to go and hunt, to live naturally. That has been taken away from them, and we subject them to our own life as if they are our servants. So that brings us back into that concept of what is a servant and what is a master, and what happens when the servant becomes a master. So these are all possibilities that cannot be ruled out, and this is what our imagination and intelligence is based on, and we keep on learning more and more as we go through life on regular basis. The Creator has created two kinds of voices. One is the silent voice and the other one is the audible voice. Some of us feel and hear his voice in the breeze, see it in the birds and the flowers, and they are speaking to our souls. Some of us who neither feel and hear within our soul is without discernment of his inspiration. There we are so engrossed in whatever we are doing in our day-to-day things that we don't think of him and don't attribute it. We've shut our windows of the mind for his inspiration. For those who have purity, the Creator shapes the light into the corporeal world in day-to-day living. Strong corporeal senses and weak spiritual senses detract man from his presence and make the person into an infidel to the Creator's person. Such a man is like a tree in the forest who has a trunk and branches but cannot move from its own place. He has no imagination and he keeps on doing the routine thing. Thank you. More in the next one.